Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. So a huge shout out to everybody yesterday wondering where they could get that theme song, the XRP theme song that I had playing at the end of yesterday morning's video when I announced the winners for the ledger. And I just wanted to mention that it is on YouTube by a guy named Frenqle. It is the XRP song. I will link this song in the description of the video if you guys are interested. It's already had 26,340 views on YouTube. It has been posted since June of 2018, and you know, I do think it is the theme song for the XRP community. This is why I always use it when I'm doing giveaways or something similar, something that requires an uplifting mood when talking about XRP. And you know, I think yesterday was the perfect day to bring this song back out. I hadn't heard it for a while, and so I'm glad I did play it, and I'm glad you guys are interested and like the song. I hope Frenqle gets a lot of plays on this video, so courtesy of Frenqle, the XRP song is on YouTube. Great day yesterday in the space. Bitcoin not moving too much right now, trading at about 56,800. We haven't seen much movement for Bitcoin. I mean, quite frankly, it's looking as if it's poised for another breakout, but we've been so focused on altcoins as of late that we haven't really talked much about Bitcoin. You can see down here, volume is quite low right now for Bitcoin trading. We haven't seen those big bursts, those pops, right, of volume for Bitcoin trades. We've just seen low volume over the last little while, but Bitcoin is still making higher lows, which is a good sign. We haven't come down past this low. This is Bitcoin on the daily. So if we start seeing Bitcoin move down, that is a bad sign, but I think we are going to likely see higher highs before we see lower highs. That's just my opinion. But yesterday, XRP, that was our big winner. This is XRP on the daily. You can see right now trading at about 92.5 cents, but that's par for the course. I'm very, very happy that XRP is retracing a little bit, because if we were seeing nothing but upward momentum, upward pressure for XRP, that would be a bad sign and a signal that it could likely crash very, very fast. So we are retracing healthily. That's good. Again, this is XRP on the hourly. Let me put it on the 5-minute just to kind of give you guys a sense of what the shorter time frame is, because it was only since yesterday that we saw this really big pump, this big movement for XRP. So it did hit a high of about $1.11, did come back down to about 87.5 cents. So, I mean, I don't know if this is going to be the low or if we're going to see XRP move down anywhere between 80 and 85 cents. This was the target, the low target, the retracement target that I was talking about, somewhere in and around here for XRP. So let me just put a rectangle there just to give you guys a sense of where I'm talking about, and that horizontal line didn't go, but there it is now. I could see a retracement for XRP anywhere between 80 and 85 cents. 80 cents would definitely make sense, just because it is that former resistance level that we have been trying to break through for many, many years now, and we finally broke through it. So if we were to back test 80 cents, and then move higher, I would not be surprised. I actually think that this would make logical sense. And for those of you last minute accumulators looking to accumulate more XRP, that might be the lowest we see in a while. Now, I'm not saying that is for certain. Of course, this is never financial advice. You guys got to do your own research if you're interested in investing your hard-earned dollars. But it just makes sense just based on a technical standpoint, I think. So I think that this trend will likely go further down. And look, even when I bring the Fibonacci down, it hasn't even retraced this far yet. Let me remove this out of the way just to give you guys a better sense of what I'm talking about here, and I'll get rid of some of these arrows too. So the trend hasn't even gone down here yet, and when I bring the Fibonacci all the way down here, you can see that at this point here where it did retrace, where XRP did retrace already, right over here, does land firmly on the 0.236. So 80 cents, not out of the cards. I definitely think that would be a positive thing for the continued bullish momentum upward. I also saw this, guys, from MACKATTACKXRP. Look who has changed his mind. Peter Brandt turns bullish on XRP after spotting extremely rare pattern. Now, you guys know historically, Peter Brandt been somewhat of an SHIT talker when it comes to XRP. And now he's saying this. So I'm just going to read some of this. A veteran commodity trader, Peter Brandt, believes that XRP could soar higher against Bitcoin according to his latest tweet. And I'm going to bring up the tweet in a second. He talks about what is looking like a compound fulcrum. And he says it's always at the bottom of a pattern, never a top. It occurs when a market forms a complex head and shoulders top pattern after a prolonged and extended decline. So what does Peter Brandt have to say? This is called a compound fulcrum and can be a quite powerful buy signal. So XRP to Bitcoin, this is what the pattern looks like, guys. And Peter Brandt is telling us It looks like a buy signal, telling us this only weeks after he said, "So, all those who swallowed the XRP ripoff narrative from Ripple Labs, hook, line, and sinker, how's your stash doing?" Boy, this guy changes directions like the wind. So, I mean, take it for what you will. I get it. He's a trader. I get that your opinion can be changed based on patterns that you see in the chart. That does happen all the time. But when you're going to talk crap about a coin and then go on the record and say something very positive about it, that's where I think your integrity loses all perceived value. That said, I mean, he does understand trading, and so this is why I still report on Peter Brandt. His opinions on XRP, however, I could care less. Wanted to keep moving along because there are still a lot of great things happening for the XRPL in particular. This from the Cryptic Poet. Flare has now its first ever NFT platform. So I talked about Sparkles in a former video. More and more products are announcing their interest in building on much anticipated blockchain Flare once it is launched. It will have staking pools, decentralized financial protocols, and more. Now the Sparkles team, focused on releasing non-fungible tokens, has joined the league of Flare-based projects. So now we're going to see NFTs on the Flare blockchain, guys. According to an official announcement shared on Medium, the Sparkles team is going to deliver a technical framework for minting non-fungible tokens on Flare. And so there's more information with regards to this. Just wanted to bring this to your attention since this does run on the XRPL. Thanks so much to the Cryptic Poet for posting that. I also saw this guy's from Wrath of Kahneman. Dwolla debuts an API to connect to the clearinghouse RTP. It runs through Ripple partner Cross River Bank. So, as part of its strategy to enable faster electronic payments, Dwolla Inc. on Tuesday released an application program interface to enable real-time payments through the Clearinghouse Payments Company's RTP network. Fort Lee, New Jersey-based Cross River Payments Inc. will provide the process linked to the RTP network. Development of the API, which was completed in about 90 days, was spurred by inquiries from a fintech that was seeking to add a real-time payments application to its platform that it could resell on a white label basis. A non-disclosure agreement prevents Des Moines, Iowa-based Dwolla, which specializes in APIs for digital payments, from identifying the fintech. Let me just read you this quote from Brady Harris, the CEO of Dwolla. "Our aim is to create a frictionless way for small and medium businesses to toggle between different payment modalities." This sounds to me like interoperability. This coming out just yesterday, and it is going through Ripple partner Cross River Bank. Interoperability, faster real-time payments. This is all part of RippleNet's narrative. Chances are there is likely a connection there. Dwolla also works with Ripple on Mojaloop and Ripple partner Currency Cloud, among others. So some more information here from Wrath of Kahneman. More here, or just a result of being in the payment space? Interesting. He also does list a few other resources here if you guys are interested. So I wanted to thank the Wrath of Kahneman for posting that. Another one here, guys, from the Cryptic Poet. Western Union collaborating with Ripple partner Fintechs Bank to announce its real-time bank account payout network. Western Union is a global leader in cross-border, cross-currency money movement and payments, and they are collaborating with Fintechs Bank, one of Pakistan's leading Islamic banks, to enhance its real-time bank account payout network in Pakistan. Receivers of international money transfers in Pakistan benefit from Western Union's real-time accounts payout capabilities via a far-reaching bank network in Pakistan, with Fintechs Bank processing real-time transfers to more than 35 banks. And just to give you guys a sense of the partnership there, Pakistan's Fintechs Bank adopts Ripple's blockchain technology. This article from about 2 years ago now. So just demonstrating the connection there. Wanted to thank the Cryptic Poet for posting that. Roses on the Moon down here saying nice find, and the Cryptic Poet down here saying this news was released today. I know that this guy here, Lars, was saying that this is old news, but this news was released today. So you can see even here in the link, April 6, 2021. The importance of yesterday's date, of course, and I think we're going to start to hear a lot more Ripple-related news from companies that are partnered with Ripple that utilize RippleNet because of what happened yesterday at Discovery. So I'm going to get into this, guys. All the money here posting the court update. Looks like the judge is ordering separate discovery for BTC, Ethereum, and XRP to provide documentation for relevancy. She is not going to require internal SEC emails. So there were a few things to go over with the discovery conversation, the telephonic discovery that happened yesterday. But the basic takeaway I want to say was that the judge has now said that the SEC does indeed have to provide that documentation that Ripple requested, or rather Ripple's lawyers requested, regarding Bitcoin and Ethereum and XRP. So the fact that the SEC didn't originally want to provide those documents is a big red flag, We know the SEC wanted to be able to strike their fair notice defense, and we're still wondering if this is going to be the case, but it's looking like it's not going to be the case. So some interesting things that were mentioned during the telephonic discovery. As I mentioned before, the biggest takeaway is that the judge ruled that the SEC must provide all the documents related to Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP, and that no informal documents like emails and so forth will be produced with relation to Bitcoin and Ethereum, but former communications are still discoverable. In her language as well, we also noticed that the judge was calling XRP a cryptocurrency and not a security, so that's a big thing. And the judge seemed very assertive when she was giving her decisions. The SEC brought up the precedent-setting Kick Interactive case, or at least they thought it was precedent-setting, and the judge basically said, look, you have to have your own independent reasons to be able to come to me and say, this is why you think XRP is a security. You can't base your decision based on case law alone. So that speaks volumes. The biggest argument that I think the SEC had in their arsenal was the fact that they said that BTC and ETH had no ICOs, and this is why they are different than XRP. But the judge jumped on that as well, saying that, I don't want to be the one making the ruling on the entire case, and basically what you're doing here is you are putting me in a position to do just that. This is discovery. Let's stick to what is discoverable, what is not discoverable. Let's stick to the tasks at hand. Of course, this is legal, right? There's a process here. So basically, there is a bit of cheekiness, I suppose, coming from the judge. Down here, the agent V3 Smith saying the webmaster could go into archives and search for all emails with Ethereum or Bitcoin in them. Once you sat down, logged in, accessed the archives, it would take 2 to 5 minutes to set up a query and maybe longer for that search to finish, but you could get a coffee while you waited as well. The SEC had to check with 19 custodians to get the info. So a bit more information here with regards to that. Just going to read you a little bit of this from CoinDesk. Ripple granted access to the SEC documents. So that is the biggest takeaway. I don't want to dwell on this too much because we did cover a lot of this already. So it's that distinction between Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. The distinction is important as the SEC is alleging that Ripple had 2 of its executives violate U.S. securities law by selling XRP to retail customers. The 8 years it took for regulators to file suit against Ripple is also another angle being pushed. So what else do we have here? Granted by U.S. Judge Sarah Netburn in the Southern District Court of New York, the motion affords Ripple access to the SEC's minutes and memos expressing the agency's interpretation or views on cryptocurrency, which Netburn said are likely discoverable. Netburn also said Ripple's discovery was a high-stakes win, according to the report. Another thing we have to note here, one of Ripple's lawyers, Matt Solomon, argued it could be game over for the entire case should Ripple catch the SEC as having privately stated XRP is more like a currency than a security, because that would place XRP outside the regulator's jurisdiction. So ultimately, the verdict is in. Jesse Hines here, a lawyer on Twitter, says this is a good win for Ripple and Al, offers hope for what they'll find. Could the SEC withdraw the court case? Is this a possibility so they don't have to disclose the information? This coming from DPen80 here on Twitter. I mean, if they withdraw, they would not have to disclose, but I don't see that happening. A settlement could be more and more likely. This coming from Jesse Hines. Lucky Noob saying, did you listen in on the call? Jesse Hines saying, I didn't listen, but all the reports say the SEC has to turn over the docs regarding Bitcoin and Ethereum to Ripple. This is the biggest takeaway, guys. John Deaton here saying, I said that charging Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson would prove to be a mistake. If there's no fraud, there's no fraud. And it was a bullying tactic. Remember what I said about how you deal with a bully. You punch him in the face. John Deaton also mentioning this crypto security digital currency argument. Schizophrenia is a psychiatric diagnosis characterized by continuous or relapsing episodes of psychosis. Major symptoms include hallucinations, typically hearing voices, delusions, and disorganized thinking. Or it's being used as a weapon. The SEC suffers from schizophrenia. I forgot to read this part up here. So they are now calling XRP a digital currency. So this from this document here, digital currency company called Ripple Labs. So just something else that John Deaton is pointing out here. And we've got Andrew Zell here on Twitter. So the SEC made a comment that XRP was different from BTC and ETH because it was pre-mined. So that could mean that all the pre-mined coins are at risk with an SEC lawsuit. So this is also something we have to take into consideration. Perhaps proof of work in the clear, because if it's not pre-mined, it's not a security, but I don't think it's going to be that simple. The agent Smith V3 down here saying maybe. I don't think it's material in any other way than it puts the recipient of the coins in a position to control the whole market with their sale, and they alone can make the sale, so the market must rely on them for profits, or so the SEC would argue. Still, it's a currency, no jurisdiction, no contract, privity, or commonality, nor must we rely solely on the efforts of Ripple and any longer, what with SBI and the like. So giving us some arguments to suggest, of course, XRP a currency, and to refute this idea that the pre-mined coins only will be deemed securities. And again, I do think it is a lot more complicated than this. And of course, this is a new and emerging space. We don't really have a set law surrounding cryptocurrencies because it's still very brand new. And so they're utilizing an old framework, an old legal system to kind of make these cryptocurrency definitions fit. And this is part of where the problem is. The Cryptic Poet up here saying, shout out to Jeremy Hogan for keeping us updated on the status of XRP. So Jeremy Hogan also did a video yesterday, and I just wanted to touch on a couple of things he said that I thought was interesting. The things that I noticed that Jeremy Hogan discussed was that the SEC must now produce a privileged log of documents. So that, guys, is a summary of everything that is out there. Hogan goes on to say that if there is a smoking gun in these documents, this is when the SEC will likely want to settle. And that could happen in mid-May. And guys, you know what that coincides with? Gary Gensler coming on board to the SEC. He also says that he would be shocked if the judge would make the SEC go through all of those documents if she knows that Ripple's fair notice defense would be rejected next month. So assuming now, he is assuming that they will not reject Ripple's fair notice defense because otherwise they wouldn't just make the SEC go through all those documents and waste their time, basically stating that this is going to be valid. So he's thinking the outcome will be favorable for Ripple and therefore for XRP. So guys, I will link his video in the description of this video. I believe he does also have a screen grab here of, yeah, this is the privileged log. This is what it looks like here. But anyway, I will link his video in the description of this video. And this is also what's going on. So despite the fact that Ripple is still technically in a lawsuit, we are seeing large quantities, still seeing large quantities of XRP being moved to the same exchanges that decided to halt the trading of XRP earlier this year. So this from Michael at Val5Links on Twitter. Whale Alert has now detected almost 210 million XRP wired over the past 20 hours. Among the XRP movers here are several top tier exchanges, including Binance, Bittrex, Coinbase, and a few smaller ones as well. Top exchanges now transferring $202.8 million worth of XRP. So according to the Whale Alert, this is now the largest amount of tokens at one go was sent to Coinbase, 61,999,980 XRP. Binance has also taken part in transacting 60 million XRP in 3 transfers worth about 20 million XRP each. So I think actions speak louder than words. And yeah, I mean, even though XRP trading is still halted in the United States, these guys have to be ready. We know XRP price has already skyrocketed to a new highs that we haven't seen in 3 years. And so what I'm assuming they're thinking is that they will likely be needing a lot more XRP because people, investors, retail, the FOMO is going to continue, and XRP price likely going to move higher, and therefore they are going to need more XRP on hand to trade to people who want to get in on the action. So I think it's fair to say April 6th was a great day. We got a lot of great news in the space. And this for me in Northing, did you catch it? Huh? Okay, I'm just gonna leave that there, but tell me down in the comments what do you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.